welcome back to the channel. So today I have a controversial topic for you. So if you are following the scoop and the news on what's going on with the Dolce Gabbana drama, man oh man, things have gotten quite crazy and I had to make a video about it, guys. After I saw yesterday what Stefano Gabbana said to Chiara Ferragni, probably the top fashion blogger in the whole world, on her wedding, it just blew my mind, so I had to make a video giving you a piece of my mind and also giving you an opportunity to give me a piece of your mind, because I want to know what you guys think about all of this drama and giving you the scoop on what's going on. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do so, and also make sure you follow me on my Instagram, Erica's Girly World, where I post all of my looks. Alright, so let's do a recap of what's going on. So if you guys don't know what's going on, there has been a lot of drama going on with Dolce Gabbana because they have very controversial opinions on controversial issues, and they are very outspoken about what they think, and this has created a lot of drama for their business. A lot of people are really upset. Some people are talking about boycotting Dolce Gabbana. So let me give you a summary of some of the things that have happened that have kind of caused all of this drama surrounding the Dolce Gabbana brand. A few years ago, I think it was 3 years ago in 2015, they made a very controversial statement about what they thought about children that were born to in vitro fertilization. So, in vitro fertilization is a process when you cannot have children, or maybe if you are a gay couple and you do want to have children, you would get a woman's egg and you would do this process in a lab, right? Where you would fertilize the egg, and then that egg is actually placed inside somebody's womb, and somebody will carry those babies and bring them to birth. So it has been a process that is God sent for a lot of people, a lot of women that have fertility issues, that want to dream of being a mother, gay couples that dream of being parents. You cannot conceive naturally, but why would that prevent you from fulfilling a dream of being a father or a mother? They made a very controversial statement, and the one that was kind of like the spokesperson for this was actually Domenico Dolce, right? So Dolce Gabbana was founded by two men. They used to be partners, they used to be romantically involved. So Domenico Dolce is the Dolce part, and Stefano Gabbana is the Gabbana part, and that's how it became Dolce Gabbana, right? So Domenico Dolce was actually the one that made this really controversial statement. You are born to a mother and a father, or at least that's how it should be. I call children of chemistry synthetic children, rented uterus, semen chosen from a catalog. I mean, you are offending every child in the world that has been born due to in vitro fertilization, right? So this obviously offended a lot of people, and one of the very high profile people that got really upset with this statement was Elton John, because Elton John, we all know he's gay, he has a partner of many years, and they have children that were born to in vitro fertilization, right? So Elton John got so upset, and his statement said, "How dare you refer to my beautiful children as synthetic? Your archaic thinking is out of step with the times, just like your fashions. I shall never wear Dolce Gabbana ever again. Hashtag boycott Dolce Gabbana." He got really upset, and I think rightfully so. People are entitled to difference of opinion. There are different religions that believe different things. I don't think it is right to expect that everybody thinks like we do, right? So I respect the fact that they don't like IVF and they don't agree with it. And I mean, man, there's a lot of different beliefs out there, right? There are religions where they don't believe that you should be medically treated if you have an illness, that they go to the hospital and they refuse medical treatment. They will die for the belief in their religion, and that is their right. So I think, if they have a traditional way of thinking, I'm perfectly cool with that, right? If they don't want to have IVF kids, that is entirely their right. But you cannot just judge everybody else that thinks differently than you. I think that is a huge issue with the world today, guys, is that people do not accept that people are different and that people can disagree about things. You can disagree with your friends and still be friends. And I mean, Jesus, do you agree with your husband all the time? Do you agree with your kids all the time, or your girlfriend, your boyfriend? You can't. Like, people are different, and I think as a society, we need to be okay with, you know what, this person doesn't think the same as me. I'm gonna respect their opinion, but they're gonna respect my opinion. That's how I think. It's okay that he thought that way, but I think for him to publicly kind of like say such horrible things about human beings, you know, he came out in public and said these are synthetic children picked out of a freaking catalog. I mean, that is ridiculous. These are human beings. These are daughters, these are sons, people that are adults nowadays that were born to IVF, who are now mothers and fathers. You are completely degrading and offending a whole entire section of the world. And I thought, in my opinion, that is completely out of line. I don't think it's out of line that he doesn't like IVF. I think he's entitled to his opinion. I think it is out of line that he judged everybody that actually does it, right? It's just like, hey, I am Catholic. This is my religion. I am gonna judge everybody else in the world that is not Catholic. That is ridiculous. You need to be okay that people disagree with you, but you cannot judge others for being different than you. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of like strike number one for Dolce Gabbana. They had major backlash that came out of those statements, and actually after that fact, Domenico Dolce actually on an interview to Vogue magazine apologized and said that his comments were completely out of line, and I just realized my nails look like hell. So don't judge, okay? It is not easy having a full-time job and being a mom and a wife and having a YouTube channel. And now I have a second YouTube channel because I just created my Brazil YouTube channel actually just this week called USA Chic. And this is going to be a channel in Portuguese that I'm doing with my sister. I just uploaded my very first video yesterday, so now I have a channel in Portuguese as well. Lots of things going on. Not easy to take care of yourself on top of it all. So yeah, I look ragamuffin as hell. Okay, so anyway, back to the topic. So that created a huge backlash, and Domenico Dolce actually apologized for his statement, kind of trying to do some damage control. And I think that was very, very hurtful to a lot of very good, innocent people. Number one right there. After that, there have been a couple other episodes, and out of the two guys, Stefano Gabbana is actually the bigger asshole. Domenico Dolce it's kind of like the more subdued of the two. Stefano Gabbana is like a total jackass. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm sorry if I'm offending you, and you disagree with me, but he's the more outspoken of the two. And another episode involving them was actually when Harper's Bazaar actually posted a photo of Victoria Beckham on their Instagram, and Stefano Gabbana commented on that photo with a bunch of thumbs down. Like he put like a bunch of thumbs down emojis. And I'm like, who does that? Like, who does that to like a random person, right? And they have made statements about her kind of degrading her designer skills, you know, saying that, you know, real designer is like Jean-Paul Gaultier, and kind of like inferring that she's not a true designer, that the way she designs is different, you know, than what a more of an artistic designer would. And again, that is just putting her down, man. You know, just because someone designs differently than you do and their process is different or more automated or more high-tech, or maybe they design more for the everyday woman and they don't do crazy designs, right? Because a lot of people think that designers that design for the regular everyday woman that sell wearable art are not true designers. And I'm really freaking sorry, man. I actually think it's harder to design for everyday woman. I think if you have a crazy vision and you can design anything your heart desires, and it doesn't matter if it needs to be functional, if it needs to be comfortable, if it needs to fit every size, every height, that people can go to work in, isn't that so much easier? I mean, I'm not saying it's an easy job. It's really hard to be a visionary designer, but think that you can design without any constraints whatsoever. You can just sit there and sketch the craziest thing that you can come up with, and you can just put that out on the runway on a model that is 6 feet tall, that wears 110 pounds, and it's gonna look fabulous. Now, think about a designer that has to design clothes for women to go to work in, for women to go out in, for women that are different sizes, things that have to be functional. It's a lot more constraints. So don't take away the talent of people that are just doing something different than what you do. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, again, very, very rude that he would come out of the blue without Victoria Beckham having done anything to them whatsoever and kind of degrade her in that way, right? Okay, fast forward. Another episode. So Stefano Gabbana sees a photo of the Kardashian family, and granted, guys, I don't like the Kardashians either. I think Kim is my favorite one out of them all. I'm not a fan of them in general. I feel like they're too shoved down my throat. I am just not a fan. Okay, cool, right? You're entitled to have your opinion. But then he goes on their account and he says that they are the trashiest people in the world. This was a photo with the whole family, and I'll post for you guys to see. And he comments, trashiest people in the world. Is this the behavior of someone that is supposed to represent the epitome of luxury and class and style, that sells clothes to the richest people in the world? Is this the behavior of someone that is the head of a fashion house, is my question to you. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, I'm not done yet. There's more. Fast forward, there is a photo of Selena Gomez, the singer, and this Instagram account posted a photo of her, and it was like 5 photos in one. It was Selena Gomez in several different red outfits, right? And the account was asking which one was the best look, and he commented that she was ugly. Like, he commented in Italian, and I'll put the photo for you to see, but he commented in Italian that she's so ugly. At first, I was like, this bullcrap is kind of catching my attention, but it's not really bothering me just yet. But then when he talks about Selena Gomez, who is a singer that has done absolutely nothing to piss them off, who has never attacked them, who is just kind of doing her thing, I think for you to proactively come out and completely insult and humiliate a person in public like that, you are a jackass. Like, there's no other explanation for that, you know? Maybe if they were having an argument and there was something going on and maybe they were friends and they weren't friends anymore and they're going in the back and forth, I think that's one thing. You had a falling out with somebody, okay, you're entitled to go back and forth. But for you to come out completely unfounded and go insult somebody just to do it, I mean, I don't even have words for that, guys. Like, so obviously Selena was upset about that, and I mean, anybody would be upset about that. I mean, how would you feel if Karl Lagerfeld or all of these big heads of these big luxury houses, or Alessandro Michele from Gucci, and they just call for the entire world to see that you are ugly, and then on that comment, somebody replied back, kind of talking shit about her even further. And then Stefano Gabbana replied again and said, yeah, you are right, ha 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 ha. Making fun of her, guys. Like, did he forget that he's designing clothes for women? Did he forget that women are the ones who pay his bills, okay? That are freaking buying his clothes and giving him the name that he has? You can't do this shit, man. That to me was the first time where I was like, man, like, this is getting hard, because I freaking love Dolce Gabbana. I love the clothes. But at that point, I started thinking, this is a man that takes pleasure in humiliating women. So should we be supporting that, right? We're the ones that pay his bills, right? And he is accused in offending all of these celebrities. And you know that celebrities are the people that bring the biggest amount of advertisement for these brands. Should celebrities and fashion bloggers really help kind of like spread the word about this brand and really help make money for this brand, when this brand is insulting and humiliating the very people that make them exist, right? So that pissed me off. I posted about that on my Instagram. Obviously, all my drama goes down on Instagram, on my stories. I love doing stories on Instagram. I don't even care about posting photos on Instagram at all. I love doing stories because I feel like that's my way of chatting with you guys and kind of like expressing my opinion. So I posted about it on Instagram because I was really upset at the time. And then, you know, this week, latest and greatest, there is the wedding of Chiara Ferragni, who is probably the biggest fashion blogger in the whole world right now, with the most amount of followers on Instagram. And her wedding was very hyped, rightfully so. She had this incredible custom gown designed for her by Maria Grazia Chiuri for her wedding. She had a second dress designed for her, which it was just incredible. Like, if you read about the details of the dress that Maria Grazia Chiuri designed for her, it had written lyrics that her husband wrote for her on the dress. So her husband is a very famous rapper in Italy, and she incorporated lyrics of his song into the dress. I mean, it was just like a fairy tale story, right? Her shoe had her name embroidered on it, Chiara, made just for her. It was kind of like a, I don't know, a fairy tale story. So this Instagram account posts this photo of Chiara in her wedding gown, and Stefano comments on Instagram on the photo and says, cheap. I was like, okay, I thought this guy couldn't go any further with his ignorance, right? But yet here he is in public insulting a woman on her wedding gown, on the biggest day of her life, which is her wedding, which is the day that you dream about your whole life, that you feel special, you feel like a princess. Can you imagine having someone to his level, right, and his influence in the fashion industry call you cheap on your wedding day for the whole world to see? That infuriated me. When you design for women, you know how important our wedding days are. And for you to design clothes for women and treat women with such disrespect, I mean, sorry, but you can kiss my ass. Like, I am furious at his behavior. And then, but hold up, because I still have one more story for you. There's also another controversy because they designed a shoe, and the shoe said, this shoe became really controversial because, I mean, dude, you are excluding a whole section of the population by saying skinny and gorgeous. You know, are you saying that people that are not skinny are not gorgeous? You know, it pissed some people off. Rightfully so. So they got some backlash for releasing these sneakers on their collection. And then Stefano's response just blew my mind. Like, blew my mind. I mean, I cannot even say it got me shook. It was more like an earthquake when I read what he wrote. So here's what he said when people started commenting and criticizing it. This is what Stefano Gabbana said. When idiocy distorts reality. Incredible. Next time we'll write, love to be fat and full of cholesterol. And then he tagged the blogs that were talking crap about the sneakers, right? Yahoo, Refinery 29, Footwear News, the most stupid post ever. Not only you design a shoe that says skinny and gorgeous, now you just really truly disrespected, offended, humiliated anybody that is not skinny by saying, yeah, like I would write on my shoe, fat and full of cholesterol. I mean, guys, like, that just blows my mind. Again, let's remind ourselves that who are buying his crap? Women like me and you, right? We are the ones buying his stuff. And I'm sure that not all of us are skinny. I'm not flipping skinny. I'm not model skinny, right? A lot of us might be a little oversized. A lot of us might be curvaceous, have a big butt, big hips, whatever. We are paying his bills. And he's making fun of women. The other piece of it is, I don't like when companies do anything that excludes a section of the population, right? So it's not just the skinny thing, because he said skinny and gorgeous. I think anything he said on those sneakers that excludes a section of the population is not cool. I don't care if he said blonde and gorgeous. That, I wouldn't have liked that, because I'm not blonde. You're excluding me. You know, I don't care if he said Hispanic and gorgeous. I'm Hispanic, but I would never, well, technically I'm not Hispanic because I don't speak Spanish. I am Latin, right? Because I speak Portuguese. But I wouldn't wear anything that said Latin and gorgeous, black and gorgeous, white and gorgeous, blue-eyed and gorgeous. You are excluding people. Why can't you just say gorgeous and fabulous, fierce and gorgeous, strong and gorgeous, badass and gorgeous? Tell me things that any woman can be without excluding anybody in the population. I don't think that's cool at all. If you look at Gucci, Gucci is making a huge effort to be inclusive. They're making a huge effort to be with the times. I'm sorry, dude, but I think Stefano Gabbana, Domenico Dolce, they come from a different generation that was probably raised very traditionally, right, in Italy back in the day. But I don't think that's an excuse, my peeps, because I'm 45 years old, but you need to get with the program. Like, you get with the times, you know? And I think it's funny how he is gay and he's making fun of people doing IVF. Like, he's offending, to me, all of the gay people that are dreaming of having a kid. Like, he's offending his own kind. Like, you don't even have respect for the people that go through the same struggles that you go through. Who are you to talk about being traditional and father and mother? You are not a man married to a woman. You cannot talk shit about anybody that is not traditional because you are not traditional. Do you know what I mean? Talk about being a flipping hypocrite. So I thought the sneakers were in very, very bad taste. I've seen other brands do similar things. Like, There is a brand that I really like that came out with a line saying blondes have more fun. Why would you do that? You just excluded everybody that is a freaking brunette, that is African American, that is Asian from buying your flipping clothes. Like, why in the hell would you do that? This is just how I roll, man. It shouldn't be about excluding people. You should be proud of your heritage. You should be proud of who you are and where you came from, and you should be proud of all the struggles you have gone through, but that just does not justify you excluding everybody else. So I think, especially when you're talking about big fashion houses like that, you should have this type of mentality in 2018, right? Especially if you're running a business. On top of being an ignorant asshole, you are not a good businessman. Granted, he probably couldn't give a shit less right now, right? Because he's probably rich as hell. I guess if he stopped selling tomorrow, it wouldn't matter. Beyond just the money, right? Because maybe he doesn't care about the money. Is this what you want your legacy to be? Because I'm sure you worked really hard your whole life to create Dolce Gabbana. Do you want your legacy to be that your company went to ruin because your company is racist, or because your company is prejudiced against women, because your company has no respect for women, no respect for oversized women, no respect for gay people that want to have children? That's kind of the scoop of what's been going on. I kind of wanted to hear from you in terms of, what do you think about all of this? Will you still buy Dolce Gabbana? Would something like this make you stop buying a brand? So not buying Dolce really sucks for me. I really like the aesthetic of the brand. I don't think any other brand does anything remotely similar to what Dolce does. Super feminine, over the top embellished. It's all about being a princess, being a queen. And then the other thing I think Dolce does really well is the mother-daughter thing. Like, no other brand capitalizes on that like Dolce does. I mean, Gucci has some kid stuff and Fendi has kid stuff, but not the matching mom-daughter, which to me is very whimsical. And I see a lot of my friends love that as well. I think there's nothing cuter than you go out matching your daughter. I think that speaks about family, speaks about the bond you have with your child. You know, it's something that you do for fun together, like shopping for clothes together. And I hate not having that. I know it sounds stupid, but whatever. It's a girl thing, right? I don't want to have to stop buying Dolce. They make things that I love, that really makes me happy. And I am at a crossroads. Like, I am very conflicted because I feel like I can't support an asshole like that. I can't support a man that treats women like shit. If this is how he treats women, guys, on social media, how does he treat women in real life? If he has no respect for these women, if he's attacking women, attacking families, attacking children of IVF, if he's doing that openly on social media, how does he behave in real life? He must be an arrogant jackass. I don't know, like, I really want to stop buying it. I'm having a hard time doing it. Someone on Instagram sent me a message and said, Erica, just do whatever the hell makes you happy. Who gives a damn if you like their clothes, you should buy. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. You know, if you would love a brand and you could not buy this brand anywhere else, and there's nothing remotely close to what they do, and that brand brings you happiness and fun things you do with your daughter, would you stop because the owner is a jackass? Is that enough to make you stop? Or would you say, you know, screw it, I'm gonna think about myself and do what makes me happy, and screw Stefano Gabbana? I was talking to Crystal about that, my daughter, and she was like, but mom, every brand does something wrong, then we cannot buy anything. Because it is true, you know, nowadays it's really hard. Like, you look at Zara or you look at Forever 21, they are producing mass polyester. What is polyester? One of the most horrible things you can do for the planet, okay? Polyester doesn't biodegrade. It sits on landfill on this earth till the cows come home for 300 years until it biodegrades. We are destroying our planet by buying Zara and Forever 21. Coincidentally enough, I am wearing Zara today. This is a Zara dress. But anyway, so that's that, right? And then you think about, okay, let me go to Fendi. Well, Fendi, what is Fendi known for? Fur. You know, Fendi is a furrier. They started as a furrier. So they're killing animals to make these fabulous, luxurious furs for millionaire people. Like, everywhere you look, there is a problem. There is an ethical issue. There are very few brands that you look at that are like, okay, they are ethical, they are sustainable, they are not using child labor. If you look at makeup, you know, luxury makeup tested on animals, most of them are tested on animals. There are some mid-range brands that do not test on animals, but most of the luxe stuff is. And I love luxe stuff. You guys know that. Chanel is my favorite brand for makeup. I love Dior, I love Guerlain, I love Givenchy. I like the high styling stuff. And so what do? You know what I mean? If you have to do everything right 100% of the time, you don't buy anything. So I don't know. Do you pick your battles? Like, what do you guys do? How do you make your decisions on how you buy things? Do you pick a cause that is a personal passion for yourself and then you do everything right for that cause? You know, do you try to be ethical everywhere? Do you sacrifice maybe things you do love, like it's the case right now with Dolce Gabbana for me, so you can stand up for a cause? Or you're like, you know what, screw it. You know, I don't know. I think sometimes in the world we are a bit too selfish and we don't stand for the greater good, which is why things suck. People have become so selfish and so self-centered and so self-absorbed that you are not helping your neighbor. You're not helping people in need. I don't know, maybe I'm a little too much of a dreamer and maybe you do have to be selfish sometimes. I don't know. Would you stop buying it? You know, is my question. So anyway, that's my video for today. Would love to hear what your opinions are, but regardless of what happens, I do think Stefano Gabbana is a complete jackass, disrespectful, has zero respect for women. So should women be buying his shit is the question, right? I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I've been blabbing for a while, but hey, you guys know I give you my opinions like it is. I am honest. You know, if I say I'm gonna boycott something, I'm gonna boycott it forever. So before I make a decision, I just need to think about this a little bit, and I thought it would be cool to make a video to hear what you have to say about it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for sitting down and hanging out with me. I love doing sit-down videos because I feel like I actually get to chat with you guys more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys know I love you so much. I'll see you next time.